Good morning. Welcome to a very soggy day 31. It started raining about 3 a.m. this morning. We're in a lull right now. So in other words, things are very nicely wet out there. And I mean dripping wet, but it's not raining. Check weather. It's supposed to be raining off and on all day long, with some possible sun breaks around 4 o'clock today, 4 o'clock. It's going to change up our plans a little bit for what we have planned in the hunt. Originally, I was supposed to put in 2 lights over in the spider display. And then I was supposed to go over and work on doing lighting in the witch. With things as soggy as they are, and the witch is out in the open, and they're forecasting more rain for today, I am going to change up my plans a little bit. We are going to go ahead and do the 2 lights over in the spider display. Most definitely going to get those done. Those were undercover and won't take long. Then I think we are going to work under some tents today, or at least for part of the day. If we start getting sun breaks, I'll head over to the witch and work on the witch. But I was thinking I need to get the brain boxes in the clown set up for both the hammering clown and the jack-in-the-box. Both of those I can work on. Jack-in-the-box might be an iffy one, because the prop itself is out in the weather, but the control board is undercover. Just word it that way. Be too hard to explain. So I was thinking about, getting the brain boxes in the clown, getting those fired up, and then those displays will be pretty much ready, other than doing the lining in the pond for the hammering clown. I've also got the display in the photo hallway with Skull Abra. It needs its brain box, and there's a 5-volt line and stuff. I could work on that. And if it still stays too soggy out, I could tackle the water room and get the liners in. And that right there is an all-day project as it is. So I don't know. Clown and photo hall definitely. Past that, I am going to have to kind of play it by ear. I still need the brain boxes in the cemetery done. That's out in the open. We got lighting in the witch. That's out in the open. I've got the gate and hay to do in the chain hallway. So I've got stuff I can do, even if it is pouring wet. And if it gets too wet and it's too chilly, I could go down and work on the power supply for the 5-volt system. So I've got that I could attempt to do. But we're going to have to wait and see. But we'll definitely get something done for day 31. Well, exactly what, I have no idea. So,
licensing, we just, couldn't fill up this soundstage.
Sorry, turning things off. So don't worry about the sound stage. But we need something hearty for breakfast of the day. Warm and hearty. Oatmeal, porridge, gruel, however you want to term it. We're going to do oatmeal of the day. Brown sugar and raisins with a little bit of cream over the top of it. And a big tall glass of moo juice, some milk. So there's breakfast of the day. So we are all now officially caught up. It's time to go out and get soggy and freeze my butt off. Okay, weather update. Set dresser is beautiful. Weather update. We never did get any more rain. It did threaten it, but wind came up. Almost all the clouds are gone, and we got blue sky for the most part. I've been working over in the clown area. I got the hammering clown and the jack-in-the-box done. I'll give you a look at that in a moment. But Sue Ann's been out here in the Gypsy display having fun with her cobwebbing. And you'll get a look at this tonight with the lighting, because the lighting does affect on how this works or looks. Yeah, it needs more water.
Yeah, it's sticking up above.
Just a little bit too much. But here is the Gypsy that the set dresser put together this morning with a lot of loving care. Now let's head over to the clown. Okay, boys and girls, we're on our way over to the clown hallway. We've got a windstorm, and looky what the roofie is doing. And look at Sue Ann's beautiful cobwebbing that she did in here. Guess what, sweetie? You're going to be redoing it. So before I do the lights over in the spider, because I still haven't gotten to them yet, I'm going to have to get up there and fix the roof. Do it now before it gets any worse. But we're over in the photo hallway. We'll let the wife go first and have the honor of triggering. You aren't sure where the sensors are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present for your entertainment the most stupendous, magnificent, super co-option.
And then that one triggers there too, but that's 5 volt and not hooked up yet.
Get right up, boys and girls.
Oh, I got the sensor buried.
Yeah, it's constantly going off, by the way. It was going off when we walked in.
Alright, there we go.
Get right up.
Yep, she was doing that earlier and I thought I had it fixed. I may end up having to get in here and fix the sensor because she just wants to continuously fire. And it's in that sensor. And I think I've got a couple of extra ones downstairs I've never used. I can try bringing those out and messing with them. Okay guys, not quite dinner time yet. It's about 4:35 o'clock. We got our repairs to the Mausoleum done. It was the other side, not this side, that blew loose, and that was about an hour ago. The windstorm that we're experiencing now is worse than the one we had that originally tore the roof off. We're having some fun out here. I ended up, I've been keeping an eye on the roof, and I noticed if the other side fixed, this side was starting to come loose. So I did what I did on the other side. I pulled a hellmouth. I've got the plastic stapled to the top of the wall. That's all I originally did. And the wind was just blowing it right off the staples. So this time I re-stapled it and then put this block of wood on top and screwed it on. So it's actually pinching it on. And that seems to be helping quite a bit. I have not done the ends at all, just the sides. And I wanted some sort of outlet, you know, just in case things did get loose. So we did that. Other than that, I've been in here in the witch and I've been getting the floods placed. I still have spots to put in yet, and I got a lot of spots to put in on this display. I also got in and put 2 floodlights in over here to brighten up this hallway. One here and then another one there. And I gotta check those tonight and you'll get a look at them. I don't know if I'll use a cell phone or this camera. Cell phone seems to work better at night. But temperature's dropping. It's now in the low 60s. It's windy as hell. Ram is going to wuss out. I'm calling it quits out here. And like I said, I'm not bringing the vlog to a close I'm just going to call it quits from working out here. I think I'm going to go and take a break. And then after dinner, we'll come out and aim what lights we've got, which are just those two here in the aisleway. Double check, make sure they work. And then I'm going to spend the rest of my time keeping an eye on the haunt. Things are blowing pretty good. Nothing has shifted yet. And the only damage we've had so far has been the roof to the mausoleum. Oh, I take it back. This panel here blew over too. This is the horror panel that fits here. And the wind actually pulled the screening material off the frame on the top and did put a little hole in there, which I can fix. No problem. Clear tape on the back of it, packing tape. But anyway, I'm going to call it quits and go in the house. And I think I'm going to move that wall too again because it's starting to bounce. Put it somewhere a little safer. Yeah. So I will have another segment for you. How much of a segment, I don't know. But for right now, I'm getting in and out of the wind. Okay. We parked the truck early, and I'm coming out to get you your night shot of the Gypsy. I think she needs a rock too, or a brick.
She's just swiveling.
I like the chimney up there on the fireplace. The cobwebs up there. I don't know if it's showing up very good on camera.
Yeah.
It turned out pretty good. Of course, I don't have the AC running or anything like that, so the lamp's not working and the misters aren't working. But we got that, and then the other one was the red lights I added over in the spider. And I ended up laying that down. I had it leaned up there. We ended up laying it down. Oh yeah, that is much better. Through here, it highlights that curb perfectly.
Yeah.
Plus it kind of, go ahead, kind of blinds them a little bit. And then they get in here and that thing will be jumping at them. Katie's going the other way. And then this one here. And then you got to remember there's a curtain hanging right here too.
Yeah.
And I don't have that one wired up yet, but there'll be a smaller red spot there. Hopefully tomorrow night we'll check those out. You know, you look beautiful in red lights. But yeah, that red light was the perfect add to it. And with the excuse me, fur ball. But with the way it's aimed and being red and stuff, it doesn't take away from the orange, I don't think.
No.
And you got Kaylee peeking around the corner.
A red Kaylee.
Yeah. But we are shut down out here for the night. I went ahead. Kaylee and I parked the truck. We're calling it quits out here for tonight, but I've got another project I'm going to take a look at. You notice down there, I got the computer power supplies. I took 2 of them out, and we're going to take a look at those. I'll cover that on the other camera. Welcome to the Dragons Lair workshop, mini workshop, downstairs at my electronics table for the most part, and foam carving table. I went ahead and pulled out both the old computer power supplies. I left the server power supplies in. That's what's running all my 12 volt right now. Now, both of these at one point in time did 12 volt, 5 and 5 volt. And this one here also did 3 volt in my other incarnations of my power box. When I did this latest generation, I had, let's see, which one was it? I think it was this one here was my 5 volt. I had set up to where all I was using was 5 volt. And that ran all my 5 volt section, and I ended up with like 30 amps worth of 5 volt, which is a lot of 5 volt. This one here I had set up in the new power box to do 12 volt. I had one server power supply doing 1 bank of 12, The other server power supply doing a second one, and then I put in a third set of 12 volt, only like maybe 12 switches, 12 connections, to act as a backup in case I ever overtax the server power supplies. Either one, I'd have some backup. I did away with the 3 volt on this one. The current power box only does 12 volt and 5 volt. This one, like I said, did all my 5 volt. This one did that extra bank of 12 volt, plus it also ran the 2 fans I had in there too to help keep the box cool. It's been acting up, making some noises and what have you, so it needs to be replaced too. Both of these were, I've used them in my power stations for almost a decade now. It's time to replace them. Now, I'm one of those ones, people, whenever you get a new computer, or anybody in the household gets a new computer, the old ones normally go in the trash, but I always get into them and I pull the power supplies out of them, and I keep the power supplies. And I just so happen to have 4 of them down here. I got one back in the corner I'm not going to use. I don't like the fan set up on it, but I saved it just in case I ever needed it. I have 3 others. I have one that's a 580 watt. That's the most strongest one out of the lot. And then I've got these 2, which are a 550. And they do 25 amps at 5 volt. And 20 amps at 12 volt. While this one here will do 36 amps at 5 volt and 25 amps at 12 volt. I think I'm going to put this one aside. These are both the same power supply. I think I'm going to use these. But I've got some cleanup and stuff I need to do on them. One, I don't need the wiring harness. That's all your wires that is inside your computer. On the newer computers, you got a lot less. Things are a little bit more consolidated. But I need to get them out of their housings, and I need to sort out black, red, and yellow. Those are the 3 colors I need. Black is your ground or neutral. Yellow is 12 volt. And the red is 5 volt. If you wanted to do 3 volt, you'd use the orange. So I need to clean these up and snip off the wires I don't need. There is one other color you will need if it's an older power supply, and I'll explain that a bit later, maybe. But for now, I need to get into both of these power supplies. I need to save these bars up on top so I can transplant them onto here. This is where I make all my connections going out to the power station. I also want to save the pigtails that are on them. I can reuse those. The brackets here for mounting them, I want to save. And then on the inside there is a 10 amp, 10 watt sandbar resistor. But anyway, I've got to do surgery, and I'm uncertain which to start on first. I think I'm going to start on the old ones first, get them disassembled, get them thrown in the trash so I don't have to mess with them anymore. And then I'll have more room on my table, and I can start messing with these. We made a start at it, at least. It's going on about 9 o'clock. I need to get this video edited. We got the old boxes torn apart. I took off what I needed on them, and that was basically the toppers, where all the wiring connections are made. I saved one of the sandbar resistors. The other one wasn't in too good a shape. And then I got in, I started prepping the new ones. I got the lids off. I've got to take these out in the shop at some point before I can really go all that much further, after I get them cleaned up. And I got to drill some holes in here for some zip ties. Or, that one's going to need, well, it's got some screw holes in there. down in between. I can mount it with screws. But anyway, I gotta get these prepped so I can mount those to it. Over here on the bottoms, I went through and I sorted through all the wires, snipped off the ones I don't need, which are different voltages. I saved the yellow, which is 12 volt, black, which is ground, and red, which is 5 volt, and the one green wire. Took a while to get everything broken down. I think at this point we're going to leave this project just where it is. I am getting tired. So I'm going to go get you guys edited. End of the day wrap up. Was a weird day weather-wise. It threw a monkey wrench into a lot of things today. We did go through, get the hammering clown and the jack-in-the-box clown wired up to their boards. They're ready to go, ready to run. We got the hay in both their displays and the fences up. So for the most part, we are done with the clown area. I got the 2 lights in over in the spider. And you saw footage of that, the last segment I do believe, or segment before last. So that chore is done. And then I also made it over into the witches area, and we got all the floodlights hung. I just need to get in there and get the spots hung, and then we can wire it and be done with the witch. Sue-Ann out here, Sue-Ann came out today. She got some greenery up in the photo hall, which I didn't show you. Should have. But she got the cobwebbing done in the Gypsy. The windstorm, we had gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour. About 50 miles an hour. Caused some damage with the roof on the Mausoleum again, and we got that repaired. But in the process, we ended up destroying most of the cobwebbing in there that Sue-Ann had done. At least the aerial stuff. She did make it out right before dinner. And get kind of cleaned up and was able to repair some of the damage that was caused. And then we're going to reevaluate it over the next couple of days. She's not sure if she's going to go back in and re-cobweb it the way she had it, or leave it the way it is. She snipped out some of the bad parts and was able to re-stretch a lot of the cobwebbing. So she was able to get that, kind of cleaned up. So we did make some progress on the haunt today. It was just not the type of progress we were hoping for. I didn't get the areas done that I wanted to get done, but we did get something done. Definitely need to get in and get that witch finished off so we can get the hay in there and the fencing up. Then I can get over into the chain hall, which is a 10-minute project. I gotta get the hay in and the fence installed. Probably do that at the same time as I'm putting the hay and stuff in on the witch. Graveyard has some work to be done in it. Basically, you gotta get the control board in to run the pneumatics, and then put the hay in and seal it up, and then that'll be done. And I do have one 5-volt item, but I think I'm going to wire that into the 5-volt item over in the photo hall. But we're getting closer. We are getting a lot closer. With that, stay spooky, stay toxic.